December 7th, 1941, 8:02 a.m. Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The sky is screaming. Engines roar overhead low, fast, deliberate. The first bomb has already fallen. It tears through the deck of the USS Arizona like paper, and in an instant, a column of fire erupts into the morning air. Men are thrown into the ocean. Steel bends. Oil burns. You can almost feel the heat from here. Across the harbor, chaos spreads like wildfire. Sailors scramble barefoot across scorching metal decks. Officers shout orders no one can hear. Anti-aircraft guns stutter to life, but it's too late. The attack is precise, calculated, relentless. And then, another hit. The USS Yorktown, one of America's prized aircraft carriers, isn't even in harbor. But nearby ships, battleships, cruisers, destroyers are being torn apart. The Pacific Fleet is crippled in less than 2 hours. Or at least, that's what the Japanese believe. Because beneath the smoke, beneath the flames and sinking hulls, something else is happening. Something quieter, something far more dangerous. Inside a dimly lit repair shop on Ford Island, Lieutenant Commander Homer N. Wallen stands frozen for just a moment, staring out at the destruction. He's not a frontline officer. He doesn't command guns or aircraft. He commands something else. Time. And right now, time is slipping away faster than the fleet itself. "Get the crews ready," he says, his voice cutting through the panic. No hesitation, no disbelief, just action. Around him, engineers and shipfit. May 27th, 1942, 11:40 p.m. Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard. The floodlights never turn off. They burn through the Hawaiian night, casting long, jagged shadows across the battered hull of the USS Yorktown. Sparks rain like fireflies as welders carve through steel. The air is thick with smoke, sweat, and something else, urgency. You can almost hear the clock ticking over the sound of hammers. Because somewhere, far beyond the horizon, the Imperial Japanese Navy is already moving toward Midway Atoll. 4 carriers, veteran crews, a force that has never been defeated. And here, one broken ship being held together by sheer will. Lieutenant Commander Homer Wallen doesn't shout anymore. He doesn't need to. The men already know. 3 days. That's all they have. Section 12 report. Flight deck support's at 60%, sir. Make it 100. How, sir? Wallen doesn't hesitate. Figure it out. And they do. Because good enough has replaced perfect. Steel plates that would normally take weeks to fabricate are cut in hours. They don't match exactly. They don't have to. They just need to hold. Below deck, the situation is worse. The Coral Sea battle left scars deep inside the Yorktown. Boilers damaged, wiring fried, fuel lines ruptured. Men crawl through narrow, suffocating compartments, working by flashlight. It's hot, claustrophobic, dangerous. One wrong move, one spark, and the ship could become a coffin. But they keep going, because they know something the enemy doesn't. This ship doesn't net. June 4th, 1942, 2:45 p.m. Aboard USS Yorktown. The deck is tilted. Not enough to throw you overboard, but enough that every step feels wrong, unnatural. Like the ship itself is struggling to breathe. Smoke drifts across the horizon. The sky, once clear, is now scarred with the trails of battle. And below deck, water keeps rising, flooding in compartments C-201 to C-204. The report echoes through the damage control station. Men are already moving before the sentence finishes. You can hear it, the rush of boots on steel, the clang of hatches slamming shut, the constant hiss of pumps fighting a losing battle. Because this time, it's different. The bomb damage? They handled it. The fires? Contained. But torpedoes? Torpedoes tear into a ship's soul. Lieutenant Commander Wallen isn't aboard the Yorktown now, but everything happening is a direct result of his work. The rushed welds, the reinforced bulkheads, the emergency patches, all of it being pushed beyond its limits. Inside the ship, sailors brace themselves against the angled walls as they try to stabilize the flooding. Seal the bulkhead. It won't hold. Then make it hold. You can almost feel the pressure, the ocean pressing in, relentless, unforgiving. For a moment, it seems like the sea is winning. Then, the pumps kick in harder. Temporary patches never meant to last start holding longer than they should. Compartments that should have collapsed don't. It's not pretty. It's not perfect. Spring 1943. North Atlantic, somewhere between Newfoundland and the British Isles. The ocean is endless. Cold, gray, unforgiving. Convoys stretch across the horizon, dozens of merchant ships crawling through hostile waters, carrying fuel, ammunition, and lifelines for a war hanging by a thread. And above them, nothing. No air cover, no protection from the sky, just empty space, where death can arrive at any moment. Below the surface, German U-boats wait, silent, patient, deadly, wolf pack forming. The message is short, efficient, terrifying. At night, they strike. Torpedoes cut through the black water like ghosts. Explosions rip through cargo ships. Flames rise into the freezing air. Men jump into the ocean only to disappear within minutes. Hypothermia doesn't wait. The German Navy is confident. Why wouldn't they be? They've studied the Atlantic. They understand its limits. And one rule stands above all. Aircraft can't cover the entire ocean. Land-based planes can only fly so far. Carriers? Too valuable. Too few. Too slow to deploy everywhere. There's a gap. A massive, deadly gap. And the Germans know it. They call it the Black Pit. It's here, far from land. Far from help, that convoys die. Again, and again, and again. British commanders are desperate. They need air cover, constant air cover. Not in weeks, not in months. Now, but the solution? It sounds ridiculous. Build a carrier from a merchant ship. When the idea is first proposed, even allies hesitate.